Getting richer, there's a daughter, a son, somewhere on bent knee. Close clapping their palms, praying to the same God from the scriptures of Psalms. The way that I did, I wait, I live my faith. Alright, this we need to see him. We ain't seen him. Alright, just get on him. Alright, so this nigga, I think, is the nigga who was canvassing the area with his team. Let me get y'all on the screen. Let's get on this. Ethan, don't get up here and piss me off. Just recouping from these folks last night.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Just watch your step.
Thanks.
And then you can pull that whole microphone off of the ledge once you
He not the one. Are you see? Did you see the man? You seen his ass over there with the mask on?
sit down. If it's easier for you.
Okay.
Ralph Lauren, thank you for the subbies, boo. What you did for me? Shit with the 10 gifted. Thank you, boo. This white man here, this man here is one of the men who was called out to search certain areas to try to find the body of the 13-year-old. Now I think that he recovered some stuff, so we finna see. We on it, y'all. We back on jury duty.
Whenever you're ready.
That nigga 89.
Okay. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Name's Wyatt Barnes.
And how are you employed?
I work for the United States Border Patrol.
And how long have you been employed by the U.S. Border Patrol?
14 years and change.
And were you working back on March 12th, 2024?
Yes.
And in what capacity were you working?
I was working in a search and rescue capacity. That's the
Love is a music.
primary job, or my primary job.
Okay. And were you working alone or with a partner or a group of people?
With the team. There was a sizable team that day.
And what is it that you guys were doing?
We were responding to a missing person
Okay.
in that area.
And which area are we talking about? Where were you at?
7 Mile and Berg.
Okay.
I told y'all we need to go on the maps for 7 Mile and Berg. I'm very familiar with that area.
In searching the 7 Mile and Berg area.
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank. I was on the east side of the bank in the 7 Mile Berg area.
Okay. And when you were searching this area, was there anything in particular that you were told to look for?
Just nothing solid, but there were just some like child-sized clothing things, just anything that could have been washed up on the riverbank. There was a storm recently, so we were in the water and on the riverbanks.
Okay, so you're kind of looking for maybe some child-sized clothing.
Yes.
Okay, and did you come across any clothing that you thought maybe would fit the description?
Yes.
Okay, and where was that at?
That was south of 7 Mile and Berg, near a abandoned structure next to a dirt parking lot. About, I can't give an exact distance, maybe 50 feet off the river.
Okay. And when you find articles of clothing, what is it that you do in your role?
So there's a lot of stuff that might be washed up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to age it and make sure that it is something that could possibly be related. And then I'm going to just immediately report a picture to the incident command so that they can send people to properly inspect it.
Okay, and when you say age, what do you mean by aging?
Just to make sure that it hasn't obviously been in the brush for years, or it's not some garbage that washed up. That's all.
Okay, and in this search in particular, what was kind of the time frame that you were supposed to be like using to age?
Recent, not like within a month or two.
Okay.
So it would still look new.
And So when you find items, you said that you age them and then you kind of report them to incident command.
Yes.
Okay, and how is it you report them? Do you go like a walkie-talkie? Do you call them on the phone?
Via radio.
They declared her unalive, Rissa, but they have not located her body yet. But there's supposed to be sufficient evidence, circumstantial evidence that indicates that she's no longer here. While I do got it paused, now yesterday we watched the lady who found the ID. Now you got to remember she was on 7 Mile and Evergreen. See, I honestly think that he was probably doing one of these type of things, throwing stuff out of the car to get rid of her stuff. Because the way that he's traveling right now, I'm familiar with Detroit, so I know which way he's going up. And I just don't think that anybody who's from Detroit would have probably threw her in River Rouge. Only because that current is not going to flow like that. I think that he would probably stash her more in an abandoned house or under brush. It'd probably be so easy for you to do that before going through the river, because that's going to be the first place where they're checked and it's very visible. So we gonna have to keep. I want to keep that in mind, y'all, because it looks like he's going up right now, and then she's so small, shawty.
Radio. Yeah, via radio, and then there's usually some type of a chat that I wasn't communicating directly on the chat. I just kind of forwarded the photos to a supervisor who then gave the photos to the incident commander, and then they would divvy those out to the detectives.
And what is it that you found in this case?
I found I don't know if this is the right term for it, but like a onesie. It was mostly balled up in the brush with a shoe inside of it. And so I pulled I didn't know it was clothing at the time, but I pulled it out of the brush just to kind of open it up and see what it was. And then
And I don't think it's a onesie. You know that, I think it was like, cause you know that the stuff you put up on it, like girls sometimes wear up on it, they be real tight, the bodysuit. That's it.
Once I saw that it was clothing with the shoe inside, I just reported it.
One inside.
Okay, and when you're touching these items, are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall, describe the onesie, color, size, anything like that?
Pink.
Okay.
Honestly, the size, small.
And what about the shoes?
Shoe. It was a small Nike shoe.
Okay.
And it was inside the onesie, which was inside out.
And were you instructed to recover those?
And you already know for a bodysuit to be inside out, you got to be taking it off because it's so tight. This I want him under the dirt. Look at this. Ooh.
Was that the time?
Like bag them and bring them somewhere?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't.
Were you?
They don't bag and bring evidence?
How do you, I guess, convey to someone where at these items are?
GPS coordinates.
Okay. And did you author like a paragraph report in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you include coordinates in that report?
Yes, and they were incorrect in that report. I just went over it yesterday. I do have the correct coordinates if you guys want those.
Okay. Yes. Could you please provide us with the correct coordinates?
Yes.
And is there something that you're going to be using to refresh your memory?
I have a piece of paper here. Yeah.
Yo, you a weirdo.
So, the coordinates that were provided in the paper were for the incident command. These coordinates are very close to where that piece of clothing was found. They're decimal degrees, 42.426693, negative 83.268497.
Okay. So the coordinates that are in your report are where incident command was kind of set up?
That's the incident command, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already admitted as People's Exhibit 14, and I'm going to show just some specific pictures from that. Looking at picture 6. tell me, do you recognize anything in this photo?
Yes.
What is it that you recognize?
The pink article of clothing and shoe.
Okay, and when you initially saw these items,
Can we see the
is that
shit?
how you saw them?
No, they were just
Okay,
balled
man.
up in the
Yeah.
brush, just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay.
So
Sorry, continue.
I pulled them out and set them that way so the detectives would see it.
Okay, so, go to photo 69.
Damn, that's her shoe,
Is this
y'all.
the shoe that you had found that was inside the leg of the pink jumpsuit? Or
Yes.
onesie? Okay.
Yes, it is.
And 67.
I don't know why this man just won't tell him where they put that baby shot in.
Yep.
A photo of them just from the behind.
Yes.
Okay, and you were the one who kind of took them apart and placed them separately like that.
You know what I'm not understanding? I'm not understanding why he didn't take pictures of it exactly the way it was before he pulled it out. It's just like everybody who had a hand in this case seemed like they was tired of some shit. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like they just sleepy. This nigga all on the stand acting like he don't want to be there, smiling and smirking and shit. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they not bagging this. Like, what do they mean that they don't bag it? They take pictures and GPS coordinates. We need prints, bitch.
I did. Yes. Yeah.
And did you do anything else as it relates to this case?
No.
Nothing further, Judge. Oh, sure. Sorry, 1 minute.
I swear to God, I feel like I can solve this crime. They need to let me go on up there. Give me a scuba suit and some fucking
The
snorkels, and I'm on this
Coordinates
bitch.
that you gave, were those latitude, longitude?
Yes. Yep.
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay.
Well, like decimal degrees. So.
That's quick.
Agent Barnes, you said that you were taking part in a search of the area of 7 Mile and Bird. Was that, how large of an area was it?
I probably searched at that point not quite half a mile of river at that point. So. Not a huge area.
And you said you were part of a team?
Yes.
About how many people were out there?
There was multiple counties out there assisting in the search. Honestly, I couldn't give you an exact number. Probably several dozen.
7 dozen?
Several dozen.
Several.
There was different teams assigned to different parts of the river.
So different people were assigned to, or different teams were assigned to one like half-mile location?
My
another
bad,
half-mile
y'all. I be
location,
getting aggravated in the
coordinates, I
bitch.
guess.
Yes, even smaller than that. Smaller sections than that, yeah. Just to keep guys fresh.
And was it like a coordinated effort then to kind of sweep this area?
Yes.
So you're just walking like in a straight line, or
For the most part.
can you describe kind of how that looks?
Yeah, so in the river, I'll go from the river to the banks. So in the river, you have different teams wearing dry suits, using technology, looking for anything that resembles a body, and then sticks to kind of push stuff loose, and then they're searching the log jams in the river. Then you have guys on the edge of the river, because the water level was high, so we wanted to cover the river banks as well, which the water level was high and had become lower. Then you have teams on the banks, and then teams kind of doing an S pattern along the river edge to make sure they cover as much ground as possible.
I don't like you, Ethan. Something
As you
right.
said that on this particular day, the water level was high.
No, the water level was high the week prior or so, so we wanted to make sure that we covered the river banks where the water was. The water was back to its normal level.
Was there a way to tell where the water level had been previously? Is there a way to mark that?
Sometimes it's just where debris gets caught up in the brush.
So he only found a bodysuit in the one shoe? That's all he found? It wasn't a pair, it was just a bodysuit in the one shoe, right?
It was maybe a foot higher, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was you personally that saw the pink onesie first, or
For real, Queen Meek,
they
nobody did their job.
initially saw?
Yes.
That's what I'm
Did you
trying to
take
figure
pictures
out. Why
of
he
it
take her
when you
clothes off?
initially found
Because
it?
the bodysuit would have been the
I
last layer of
didn't.
clothing, y'all.
No.
Would you normally do something like that?
There's just so much stuff. I wasn't taking it would taken all day if I had taken a picture of everything I found. So
You ducked and kind of moved.
Cause hold on, time out. Cause she had on like 3 layers of clothing, right? She had the Looney Tunes jacket. She had a supposedly hoodie on. The body, yeah, that'd have been right. That's fucking. That's what I tell you.
I pulled it up to inspect it, noted that it was worthy of reporting, set it back down, radioed it in.
Okay, and how far did you set it down from the location where you initially located it?
Same spot,
Exact same spot?
same brush.
Okay. And you said that part of what you do is kind of to note approximately how long it looks like it's been out there.
Yeah. Yes,
In
ma'am.
this particular case, what was it that you kind of found or thought when you noticed it?
There was no discoloration from the sun. You know, typically if something sits outside for a while, the sun's going to change the color that it sees, and then underneath it's going to be a different color. There was no discoloration in the article of clothing. So, and that can happen in weeks, and it's pretty quick. Depending on how much sun there is. There was no evidence of animals getting in it. There was no significant dirt. It looked very fresh.
Did you find or see any other clothing other than the shoe in that area?
Very old clothing, years old.
Like what, for example?
Maybe just old coats, but it was nothing pertinent. Things that were under layers of lots. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of debris.
In
Under-
that general area, in that half-mile area that you were scanning?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I ain't the brightest bulb, but it just seems like to me, if you have clothing, and it seems like they're finding a lot of her belongings right on the 7 Mile. Won't you have a dog come sniff her shit and see where he go? I mean, you use that for us, for niggas. Why you can't go solve a crime with the same tactics? Yo, bro, keep pissing me off so bad. Cause it's just like nobody was trying to help this girl. Nobody, like absolutely nobody. They'll get a canine on our ass in a minute. Shit, go let them niggas sniff out some evidence. Sit down, Ethan. We ain't done. You gotta get cross-examined. Where he going?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Questions.
Yeah, where the fuck you going? No, we need some more questions.
Given that you photographed these and alerted these, did these, the pink onesie and the shoe, those matched your aging description that you were following?
There was no age necessarily, if that's what you mean. Like they hadn't been out there for a long period of time.
Oh,
Nigga, that's Detroit. You know how many dogs they can get for free and train? Shit, nigga, it's a pit somewhere right now, homeless, that could have probably sniffed her out. Yeah, fuck that shit. You gotta use what we got, nigga. What the fuck? I don't understand this shit. Boy, it be making me so mad, because where's our money going? Where's it going, shawty, if it ain't going to these babies?
nothing for the judge.
Now you're done.
Thank you.
For real, shut I'm being so serious.
At this time, Judge, people call Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke.
Who? Come on in here.
Good morning. You want to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay. Walk this way. Just make sure you watch your step when
thank you.
for the
Who you, lady?
And also, you can pull that microphone off the ledge if it's easier for you, or just lean into it.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Did you state your name for the record?
Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke. Oh,
What
she
do you
ain't
do
fucking
for a living,
around.
Sergeant?
A sergeant with the police department,
Oh yeah,
Which-
I like her
Detroit
already.
Police Department.
Yeah.
How long have you been with the Detroit
Yeah.
Police Department?
Approximately 11 years.
And are you currently assigned to a specific precinct or unit within the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, I work at major crimes.
Okay, and what sort of crimes do you investigate at major crimes?
Generally, homicides.
And how long have you had that role, or have you been in major crimes?
I believe since 2016.
And do you do any specific role within major crimes that requires a little bit of training and education to do?
Yes.
And what is that?
I do forensic analysis of cellular call detail records and tower mapping.
The lady who bagged the evidence, which one is that? Shawnee, send me that. Cause I got another one on there, and I think that's the one that's coming after this one. Cause that's the one that had all the evidence in there where they were showing.
Okay. And what sort of training, very generally right now, what is that?
What types of training?
No, sorry, new question. Generally, what is called forensic analysis of CDR and tower mapping?
I don't understand your question.
Okay.
What is it? that
Have you had any training to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I know they.
Tell us
I
about
think they doing their closing
I've had
arguments
T-Mobile
today.
training. T-Mobile is the prevalent company here in the Metro Detroit area. I've had Excel training. Excel is the format that most of our call detail records come back to us in. I've had cell phone use and drug trafficking training, Penlink training. Penlink is the program that the Detroit Police Department utilizes. It basically puts the records in a readable format. I've had CATS training, which is an acronym for Call Analysis Training School. I've had Penlink training.
Nigga, she's
PLS
certified,
training, which is
bitch. Let's
upgraded
get it
from
on.
Penlink.
Let's find Naziyah.
Approximately around 450 hours of specialized training in cellular analysis.
Okay, and that 450 hours in that training, does that allow you to utilize that to generate what you said earlier, tower maps based on your
We finna
analysis
go in there.
Records.
on cell that's
Yes.
associated with many times
She got expertise. Let's get to where the map's at.
would go through to generate maps.
Yeah, Brazil,
And what? Well, first, silly question. I know, but what is a cell tower? What do you mean by that?
Okay, we already know that part.
That-
Yeah, this is what we need to
You
get
take
to.
a look at those, Sergeant. You recognize what I just handed you.
Right, Virgo the best. We already know she ain't fucking around.
yes,
And are those maps that you generated for that target number ending in 8719?
yes.
At this time, I would move to admit people's proposed 33 through 39, Judge.
Objection? No?
No objection.
They'll be admitted. People's exhibits 33 through 39.
Thank you, Judge. And permission to publish.
Yes.
And on the screen and in your hand is Exhibit
Hey, Kiki.
33. First, I want to talk about what's at the top, very top
Okay,
of
what's
this, and
this?
what information goes
What we
there.
got going on?
The first row is going to have what's going to be on our calls report, a condensed version. There's going to be a lot more in the actual calls report, but this is the information that exhibits what's in the map down below. So for row 1, which we only have one row in this instance, we're going to have the target device, which is the phone number, and the date, time that
Do your job,
was
cameraman.
requested. So in this case, it's going to be January 9th of 2024, and the time, which is in UTC time or military time, it's going to be 16:09 or 4:09 p.m. And then the duration, how long the activity lasted. You have a start lack and said that's actually your location information. And then the call type, in this case, it was a voice call. Call status, whether it was completed or not completed. The direction, incoming or outgoing. Did he make the phone call or did somebody call him? And then you have the contact ID, which is who the device was contacting or interacting with.
Okay, and that would have been the phone number that it was, that in this case that we're looking at, an outgoing call was placed to.
Yes,
All right, so let's back up to the date, January 9th, 2024 is, that's what it says on Exhibit 33, correct?
yes.
Okay. How do you know to do that date in particular for this case?
So for all of these maps, this was requested by the officer in charge.
That information is supplied to you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the details of other parts of this investigation, or are you just taking the information the OIC gives you?
I know the general information, but this is, they asked for a specific date and time, and this is what we place on the map.
Okay. And then moving over to the next one for time, it says 16:09 and 24 seconds, correct?
That's, yes.
So
Hey,
my
oh
next
God.
question. You said that that's
Hey, oh
a
God,
UTC
nurse.
time. Can you describe
That's what I'm
how
saying.
UTC
This
time is?
motherfucker
No,
playing.
this
Look what they
time
pulling
that
up
you
and
have
shit.
here is in our time, Eastern Standard Time. UTC time is Universal Time Coordinated.
8719.
and
That's that
gonna
nigga number
have-
too.
That's like on the world
It's the
clock. So you're
dependent.
going to have a -4 or a -5. The raw records come back to us
I should
in
call that
Universal
nigga and
Time
leave a
Coordinated,
message.
and then we turn around and put it in our time so that you can read it and know that what time it happened here.
Oh. And so, just to be clear, the 16:09 or 4:09 p.m. is what time
Eastern
it was
Standard
in
Time.
Detroit,
Yes.
where this one was at 4:09 on January 9th?
Yes.
Okay. And that's a conversion that you have to do based on whether it's -4 or
Nigga,
-5.
what was he
Yes.
at?
What does that
Shit,
depend on,
I'm
-4
restless,
or -5?
goddamn. What the fuck is that?
It's the UTC time, Universal Time Coordinated. So it's on the world clock. So our Eastern Standard Time will change, fall back or spring forward based.
Was that the same video? Oh, I'm gonna check it in 1 second. You know what's so crazy about this type of shit though? Because homeboy was busy as fuck on the 9th, bro. Because when you think about it, shouty, he has his own whip, right? And he's seen so many people that damn day. But this nigga had to go over to what's her name? Latasia, whatever her name was. Latasha, whatever her fucking name was. He had to go to her house, park around the corner, get her car, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Go do whatever he did to Naziyah. You feel me? Because we know that his truck was functioning that day. Because they went with the best friend, all the Ypsilanti, with to drop the other car for the grandmama. So we know that his vehicle was working because Naziyah got on his truck when the partner left. You feel me? So this nigga had the motherfucker have Naziyah. He had to do something wrong, nigga, at that shop. Something had to happen at that shop, bro. Because he had to panic and go and get Shawty's car, which means he had to take his car or something and do, he had to do so much shit because like he wrecked her car. That's why I'm not understanding why they not looking at places on 7 Mile where that paint would be somewhere, bro, because that's where that baby at. This nigga was wilding at night. He got to be on some type of cameras, bro.
During the summer and the winter, and so during the summertime it's going to be -4 from UTC time, and then during the winter time it's going to be -5. So we just put it in so that the time that you have here is Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. And then the 2 rows over, one next to duration, start, lack, /CID. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that information means and why it's important?
So that's going to be your location information. Your LAC is location
Yeah.
area code, and then
Oh, so he said he parked the truck at the motel? Because, see, this is why I was trying to see what she was about to say, because I was trying to see where he was at all that night.
the
Shit, this is
cellular
just as
CID
important.
is your cell ID.
Oh.
All up
And that
7
is
Mile.
what
Straight
allows
up,
you to
Day.
Generate, or part of what allows you to generate the map that we see below?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the map that we see below. First, you have those 2 lines going out in almost a incomplete triangle. Can you tell us what we're looking at there?
Why is
What's
everybody
the map?
cheesing on
Yes.
this thing?
So the middle part, you're actually looking at a V, and it's going to be about a mile long here in the Metro Detroit area. The cell coverage that you're looking at for any particular tower is usually about a mile. So that V is a representation of the intended area coverage of the cell phone company.
Okay. And then there's a little pie chart in the middle in a little shade. Can you tell us what that means?
Yes, that is the intended area
Okay,
coverage.
that's the mile that you were talking about?
Yes.
And then you have a blue dot located to just above the top line there. Can you tell us what
Connor
what
Street.
that
So
is indicating?
that right there got to be the
That
garage.
blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, and
Yeah.
that was requested to be placed on the
Okay,
map
so that's the
at
garage.
this particular date and time.
So we know he was at the
And
garage
so
with Naziyah.
What essentially is your conclusion about this map that we're looking at here? What does all of this mean?
Oh, we finna saw it, bitch.
In this particular date and time, so January 9th at around 4:09 p.m., the target device that we're looking at ending in 8719 is consistent with being in the area of the 9,000 Connor.
And how precise is this location? I mean, you say in the area, there's no specific spot that you can say this was at this address. How precise can you get with this?
So we can only tell you what the address and location of the cell tower and their intended coverage. They actually give you that. So you're working with radio frequency. So it's not going to be an exact V that you see here. You're going to be working with radio waves. So it can be a little bit outside of the V or a little bit inside of the V, but basically this is just to demonstrate, you know, the intended area coverage of the cell phone company.
Okay. Going now to Exhibit 34, which is on the screen. First, is this the same information that we saw in Exhibit 33 across the top of the map in Exhibit 34?
Yes.
Okay. And you have 4 rows here instead of 1. Why?
We know that 2195 number is the baby mama. Let me see how long that shit was. It was incoming. That motherfucker, did you answer that bitch? It looked like, okay, you answered it. How long was you on that for? 18 minutes. Lying, saying you didn't know what this baby was and you was already with her. That is some sick motherfucking shit. This nigga was really getting some calls of this girl calling him, asking him if he had seen that baby. And this nigga had her with her the whole time. Shot it like this is crazy.
In this instance, the officer in charge requested to see a travel duration. So during the time between, I have 1838 and 1922, there are actually others in between, which you can actually see in the raw records. But to put that many records that happened in between is a lot. So basically we are showing the travel from, the blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, and then the black dot indicates Ypsilanti. And they wanted to depict the travel from 9,000 Connor down to Ypsilanti during this time period.
And the first time period that you have for row number 1 is 1838 and 16 seconds?
Yes.
So that would be 6:38 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a corresponding number on the map that relates to each row?
Yes, and row, you can actually see the row column. So number 1 is going to coincide with number 1, which is just
Right there on the
leaving
map.
the
I mean,
9,000
they gotta
Connor
ask these
area.
questions. I
And
mean,
then you
I mean,
see
anybody can
on
read
row
a
number
map.
2, it's depicted on the map as number 2, and it's traveling down 94 west. And then number 3 coincides with line number 3, and then 4 and so on.
Okay. And so your conclusion, correct me if I'm wrong, would be that for number 4, at around 19:22 and 33 seconds, that phone was in the area of Ypsilanti.
Just west of Ypsilanti,
Just west
yes.
of it?
I believe there's a little town there, but yes.
Okay. And 1923, that would be 7:22 p.m.
PM, yep.
Going to Exhibit 35.
Hell yeah, they need to get them K9s out there. What the fuck? That's all.
And on Exhibit 35, which is on the screen now, you have, again, 4 rows, but there's different coloring for that information. Can you describe what we're looking at and what the coloring means?
Yes, so the blue dot indicates 9,000 Connor, again, and the purple dot indicates 13362 Wilshire. And those are the 2 locations that the officer in charge requested to be placed on the map. And
What was
they
the
wanted to
what was
show
at the
that this
Wilshire?
device
Is
was
that the
in area
motel?
of either of these locations and at what time.
Okay, and so can you tell us about the lines closer to the 9,000 Connor location?
We ain't
and
watched
what
that one yet.
Those correspond to in your records up top there.
So this is an RTT report, or a time in advance report, and the row number 1 and 2, which one is a dark blue line, and the other is a light blue line, all indicate approximately around the area of 9,000 Connor during the time of 2028 and 2042, which is 8:28 p.m. and 8:42 p.m.
Okay. And so, is it fair to say that this phone was in the area of 9000 Connor at those times on January 9th?
It's consistent with being around the area.
And then the other two, the purple and pink lines, can you tell us about those?
Yo, you know
So
what?
there's
You
a
know
dark
what
purple and a
would
light
be making me
purple,
mad?
and that's around
It's
the area of
because
133.
they have the resources. Hold on, y'all.
62 Wilshire,
Hold on,
and those are times.
Because they be having the fucking resources. Stinking ass folks.
And Judge, at this time, people would call forensic tech Margaret Lavala.
Hold on. We're gonna get into this one real quick. Because we need to know evidence. We need evidence right now. Yeah, this was the same video, the one that you sent me, Shani. This was the second one that we was doing. And then I don't got the one to the lady house they went to. Oh, hold on. Yes, we did. Hold on. Nah. I ain't got the one for the lady house. We know they went to some lady house, though. I'm trying to see, is this the one that had the clothes and shit?
Raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Watch your step, hold up the stairs.
Thank you.
Don't speak into the mic. You don't have to pick up the whole in your lap.
Stinking ass folk.
Whenever you're ready, Ms. Smith.
Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Margaret Lavala.
And where are you employed?
Currently, I'm employed with the Macomb County Medical Examiner's Office
And when did you start there?
in July of 2024.
And before starting there, where did you work?
I worked with the Detroit Police Department as a forensic technician.
Okay. And how long had you had that job?
I was there for about 6 years.
And what, as a forensic technician, what are your roles and responsibilities?
I'm
We would
fast and fast
respond
as
to
we-
scenes,
I think we know this
city
part.
evidence, and then
I hate when they gotta ask all these expertise. Let's get into the
and
case.
looking for things.
You into this area.
Yes, that's what we need to get into.
Showing you the Market People's Proposed Exhibit 14, it's a PowerPoint. Could you tell me, do you recall going to this area?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do these photos, there are 129 of them, do they fairly and accurately depict the scene of 7 Mile and Berg as you saw it that day, back on March 14th of 2024?
Yes, we do. That's your recollection.
And Your Honor, I move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 14.
No objection. Okay, they'll be admitted.
Thank you. Did you end up finding any evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
What evidence did you find?
We collected a pink jumpsuit, like bodysuit style, and then a black hoodie that had a pair of white headphones in one of the pockets.
Oh shit.
Some gloves, a towel, and a pair of red, black, and white gym shoes.
Okay. And Your Honor, may I publish?
Yes.
This is making me so upset. Just tell them folks where that baby at, man.
Says you have to allow me.
I want some cocoa wheats.
Okay, try that.
And what, so this is in People's Exhibit 14, this is going to be photo 2. What is it that we have here?
So this is the photo card that we would take at the beginning of processing any crime scene. It includes the date, the time, the location that we are responding to, as well as who is the current officer in charge that ordered us out to that location, the crime or suspected crime that we are investigating.
Hell no, you ain't overprotective. You ain't overprotective because these folks don't give a shit about shit. Yo, that grandmama made me so mad. You don't even understand, bro. I had to douse myself in my own holy water last night thinking about that damn lady. I was ready to drive 14 hours just to be outside her crib. Because I know she on Bedford. I know she over there somewhere. Her and her regular ass kid, man. They got me so mad.
As well as my name, the code that I'm working, and the report number that is assigned to that case.
Okay. Now I'm gonna.
And then it's so
not go through
crazy
all
where this baby
129
supposed to be
photos
at.
here.
I grew up
Show
right,
some
I live
on
right on
progress.
7 Mile and Bird.
This is
That is
for
so wild to me.
record purposes. Photo 30. What do we see here in photo 30?
We are looking west down, so that fence on the left of the photograph is the fence for an abandoned building at the south end of a parking lot on the west side of Berg. We are looking west towards the Rouge River into that wooded area. You can see what is that pink jumpsuit in the background of the photograph.
Okay. And in 33, what do we see here?
That is one of the black, red, and white gym shoes that we collected from the wooded area that I had previously.
That baby was getting drugged. You can tell by the side of the sneaker. She was getting drugged, y'all, before them things came off. You could tell by the side of the sneaker. I know sneakers. Anybody can look at that goddamn sneaker and tell she was being drugged on the floor. Drug on some concrete something. She was being drugged, goddamn.
Stated.
Okay. And would it be fair to say that that's a left foot shoe?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to beat this nigga up so bad.
And in picture 35, what do we have here?
That was a photograph of the inside of the shoe, of the size tag.
And in 37, what do we see here?
Again, we are still looking in that wooded area. That is the black jacket that was collected. It is towards the front of the photograph, kind of behind that tree branch.
She got to be over there somewhere, y'all.
And in 42,
that was a close-up of the black hooded jacket that we recovered.
okay. And would it be fair to say that you opened up the jacket, or was this how you saw it?
We did open up the jacket to examine it, yes.
Okay.
That's why I said I feel like he killed her at that garage. That's another place that would have none but concrete. You feel me? And it's like he would have had the privacy because everybody was gone. So aggravated. Because I just don't understand.
45. What's in 45?
Oh, so that is looking in one of the pockets of the jacket.
And can you see what's inside the pocket at that point, or no?
That photograph, I believe there is a paper and might be the pair of headphones.
Okay. And in 47,
Yes.
what are we looking at there?
So yes, that is the paper and the pair of headphones that was recovered from that pocket.
Okay. And 50?
So that is going to be the hood of that hooded jacket. We noted that there are several holes in the jacket of unknown origin.
He probably shot that baby.
Yeah, and 52, what do we see here?
Again, we are looking into the wooded area. You can see that pink jumpsuit that is stuck in the branches of those trees.
Okay. And in 63?
Again, a closer shot of that pink jumpsuit.
In 78, what do we see here?
That is the right foot of the red, black, and white shoe that was recovered that was located in the trees near that jumpsuit.
Okay, and is that fair to say the right foot?
Yes.
Okay. And 79, what do we have here?
That is a photo of the inside tag of that shoe to show its size.
That's terrible.
And in 88?
That is the pink jumpsuit that we recovered.
Yeah, he unalived this little girl somewhere else. He just getting rid of evidence now. He getting rid of evidence. He just tossing shit. This man is, yo. You know what?
And
You know what?
89?
Dudes kill me.
Photo of the
Cause y'all to let this
size and the
punk
label of that
come in
jacket.
jail and y'all to be all
Jacket
playing
jumpsuit.
spades with this bitch ass nigga.
And in 120?
That is a photo of the Rouge River.
Okay. So how close was the Rouge River, I guess, to the area that you were searching?
So there was a large parking lot just off of the west side of
You
Berg.
think he's smart.
And then there was an
You think he's
embankment
smart.
leading down to the river. I would say less than 500 feet.
She ain't over there, y'all. He think he's
What
smart.
condition was the evidence that we just saw in the photos? What was the condition of it?
It was wet, it was dirty, it was currently raining when we were out at that scene, so.
What did you do with the evidence once you photographed it?
Once it was photographed, we collected it, I collected it and took it from the scene. The items that were wet, we then brought to the Detroit Police Department evidence garage.
Yeah, he put her somewhere else. He think he a smart ass. That nigga just went over there just playing evidence, and he probably automatically thought they was gonna think that she was in a river, probably spending unnecessary resources. Cause you gotta think, all them clothes was right there just thrown anywhere. The ID badge was on a whole nother street on 7 Mile and Evergreen. This is 7 Mile and Berg. This nigga was just throwing evidence. This baby somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is fucked up that he just ain't gonna say where she at. You already know you caught, big boy. You know what I'm
where
saying?
we have a
Fuck,
drying
man, that shit
chamber
be
so
having me
that,
so
that
mad.
evidence could be dried in
Nobody
a safe,
cared about
secure,
her.
and way so that any type of DNA evidence could be preserved. And then once that evidence was then dried, it was packaged and processed and submitted to the DPD property unit.
And you would have been the one who placed those items in the drying chamber?
Yes.
Yeah.
And are you also the one who placed them on evidence afterwards?
Yes.
That's what they need to be searching. They need to be searching abandoned. They need to be searching like abandoned buildings and places over. First of all, near the garage. By over there. They need to be checking by the garage over there because he would have been trying to get rid of her very, very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Her body or whatever. But I'm trying to understand. He still took that baby. I mean, she got all her clothes off. You know what I'm saying? The only thing she could possibly have on right now is some underwear. Because the bodysuit is off. The hoodie is off. You know what I'm saying? And we know that she had on a Looney Tunes jacket. You feel me? So it's like, bro, all of that, the jacket, nobody found the jacket. The fuck? Like, this is aggravating as hell. And then they need to be checking over there by the motels too. And I would check by the baby mama house. Or whoever car he wrecked. You know what I'm saying? They need to be checking all that shit.
For the judge.
Thank you.
He just stashed that, and she's so small, you can stash a kid anywhere.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So I believe you said that it was raining on the day that you were dispatched.
That grandma
out to the
made me so
location of the
mad.
site.
That is correct.
Had it been raining most of the morning?
To the
He
best of my
stripped her trying to
recollection.
throw people off, man.
When you were dispatched out by somebody at DPD,
That is correct.
when you arrived at the site, were there already people on scene?
Yes, ma'am.
How many people would you say?
Because the front of that lady car was fucked up. What did he hit?
And were they all Detroit police officers, or were there other people there as well?
Everyone that I spoke with was with the Detroit Police Department.
Okay. But could you say for certain that everybody there was DPD?
No.
You were notified prior to leaving, or when you got there maybe, what evidence or what items you were actually looking for?
They told us we were looking for clothing.
Okay. Were you under the impression that somebody had seen something and wanted you to come out and photograph it and tag it?
Yes.
Okay. So you weren't the first person out there.
And you know what? And even if they can't check the cameras, I don't like this defense attorney. We finna go to this next video. She really rots my socks. For real. And fuck your defendant. But no, you know what I'm baffled about? All right, just common sense. We know for a fact that this nigga hit something in that lady's car. Y'all taking pictures of shit. I would have got accident reports near the hotel, accident reports by 7 Mile and Berg and 7 Mile and Egg. I would have did accident. Who woke up in the morning and their car was hit? Something. Because if he didn't hit a car, he had to hit a median or some shit. He hit something. Because that front end was gone, bro. So it's just like, shot it like dead ass serious. I don't understand that. He brought that car back fucked up. Like that bitch was toe up from the floor up. We finna get into this other vid.